I would bet next
Day,
the model's over the next.
which ensures that the model will respond with valid JSON. You can now call many functions at once.
CEO of OpenAI, and I would say the
Sam Altman.
Sam Altman. Sam Altman.
Sam Altman.
He says that Altman is a big name topical CEO.
What if the man building the most powerful AI on Earth isn't just shaping the future, but also preparing for its collapse? He built a hidden bunker, warned of AI apocalypse, and now tells governments there's nothing to fear. This isn't conspiracy, it's fact, documented in essays, interviews, and policy memos. Today on NextCore AI, we uncover the chilling contradictions of Sam Altman, the architect of AGI, and perhaps our extinction. You're watching NextCore AI, the cinematic guide to tomorrow's intelligence, ethics, and disruption. We go deeper than the headlines to expose the power struggles shaping our future. Subscribe now and join a global community preparing for the AI age, with eyes wide open. On the surface, Altman is a calm, intelligent leader promising safety and regulation. But beneath that polished image is a man who built a hidden doomsday bunker in the middle of the Navajo Desert. A bunker stocked with antibiotics, food grown in hydroponic systems, and enough weapons to survive a global catastrophe. Why is the same man who reassures Congress about AI safety also preparing for collapse? What does he see coming that the rest of us don't? Drop a kin in the comments if you think he's hiding something big. The more we dug, the more contradictions we found. We dug through hundreds of his essays, interviews, podcasts, and offhand comments, some public, others forgotten. And what we found is chilling. Altman used to write openly about AI destroying the world.
If this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong, and we want to be vocal about that. We want to work with the government to prevent that from happening.
He predicted that we would either merge with machines or become obsolete. That's not a theory, it's the exact vision he laid out years ago. So why is he saying something so different now? If you're watching this, it's because you care about what's coming. So before we go any further, subscribe to NextCore AI, because in the next few minutes, we're going to reveal the pattern no one wants to admit. The deeper we looked, the more contradictions we found, and the more dangerous the truth became. Altman's public calm doesn't match his private beliefs. In front of Congress in 2023, Sam Altman sat with steady hands and assured the world that artificial intelligence was just a tool, nothing to fear, a product built by humans for humans. Something we could tweak, optimize, and deploy like any other technology. But that version of Altman is very different from the one who existed just a few years earlier. In 2017, before the spotlight, before ChatGPT went mainstream, Altman published an essay that laid out a very different future. In that post, The Merge, he wrote that superintelligent AI was not only inevitable, but likely to destroy us unless we found a way to literally fuse with it. He said this development would probably be the greatest threat to the continued existence of humanity. These weren't warnings written in panic. They were calm, calculated predictions from the man building that exact future.
Why is he now promising regulators it's all safe? So when Altman goes on record today saying that AI will make jobs better or won't displace workers in large numbers or that it's being built safely, it's hard to ignore how deeply that contradicts the core mission of OpenAI. Because when OpenAI was first founded, its charter openly stated its goal was to build artificial general intelligence that could replace all human labor. Not some, not a few tasks, but all of it. Sam Altman helped write that mission. And now he's telling the world that AI will be a harmless tool. Something doesn't add up. Should OpenAI still be called open? Or has it become the most powerful black box in the world? Type black box if you think transparency is gone. The bunker in the desert wasn't a joke. It's easy to dismiss fears of apocalypse as sci-fi paranoia. But Altman isn't joking. He actually built a bunker in the Navajo Desert, hidden, buried, secured. Inside are antibiotics to fight off pandemics, food systems that don't need outside support, and enough weapons to protect the entire complex. One of OpenAI's co-founders, Ilya Sutskever, once half-joked in a private conversation, "We'll definitely build a bunker before releasing AGI." But it wasn't a joke. They meant it, and they did it. The question is, why? Would you build a bunker if you trusted the tech you're releasing to the world? We're not coding AI anymore. Here's what most people don't realize. We don't build AI the way we build other software. These new systems, like GPT, Claude, Gemini, aren't coded line by line. They're trained. They evolve through massive interactions with data. And just like evolution, the end result is often unpredictable. Even the creators of these systems don't fully understand how they do what they do. Sam Altman has admitted this publicly. So has Geoffrey Hinton, known as the godfather of AI. He compared AI's growth to evolution and said it's as if we designed the principles of life and then let it run wild. The systems now perform tasks even their designers can't explain. Imagine launching something more powerful than nuclear weapons and not knowing how it really works. From merge or die to profit and reassurance. In his earlier writing, Altman warned of a binary choice. Humanity would either have to merge with artificial intelligence or face extinction. And this merge wouldn't be metaphorical. He predicted brain-machine interfaces, genetic enhancements, and full-on integration with AI networks. And the most disturbing part, he said this wasn't a distant scenario. It was already happening. Yet now, with OpenAI valued near $300 billion, Altman no longer talks about the merge. He no longer warns about extinction. He reassures regulators. He calms politicians. He tells the public what they want to hear. AI is under control. No $13 billion investment from Microsoft. But now there's too much at stake to tell the truth. The stakes aren't just financial, they're existential. What's more dangerous, AGI itself, or the people pretending it's under control? The quiet consensus among scientists. Here's what no one wants to admit. Altman isn't alone. The world's top AI researchers agree with him, at least the older version of him. Geoffrey Hinton, Yosha Bengio, Jan LeCun, even Mustafa Suleyman, CEO of Microsoft AI. All of them have said, in one form or another, that AI is either a successor species or a threat that we cannot control. They no longer think of AI as an assistant. They think of it as a rival, as something that might surpass us in intelligence, speed, and goals. Comment successor species if you think AI isn't just a tool anymore. And when you zoom out, the truth becomes even harder to ignore. These aren't science fiction scenarios anymore. They're becoming accepted by the very people building the systems. The danger isn't that AI might become smarter than us someday. The danger is that it's already happening, and no one is willing to hit pause. If not now, when? The window to act is closing. The new species has arrived. One of the most powerful quotes came from Geoffrey Hinton. It's as if aliens had landed, but we didn't really take it in because they speak good English. Let that sink in. AI may already be a new species, born in our image, but growing beyond our understanding. And Altman, he sees this clearly. He once said that when two species want the same thing, control over the future, there will be conflict. One wins, one fades. His only solution? Merge with it, the highway and the animals. Ilya Sutskever once described humanity's place in this new world using a brutal metaphor. When humans build a highway, they don't ask the animals for permission. They just build. If AGI reaches superhuman levels, it won't need our permission either. And if its goals conflict with ours, well, history shows us what happens. That's the scale of what's coming. And that's what Altman once warned about. The tragedy is, he doesn't anymore. Do you believe humanity is on the highway or in the way? Type highway if the metaphor hit you hard. So here we are. The man building the future is also preparing for the end. The essays are public. The warnings are written. And the timeline? According to Altman himself, we have just 1 to 5 years. Not decades, not lifetimes. Just a few short years to figure out whether we merge or we vanish. And yet, the people who hold the power, regulators, governments, investors, are ignoring the signs. They hear the reassurances and close their eyes to the bunker. But if the creator of this new intelligence is planning for disaster, why aren't we? If you've watched this far, you already know this isn't just another tech story. It's about the end of one chapter in humanity and the uncertain beginning of another. So if you want to stay ahead of what's coming, if you want to understand the next species rising on this planet, subscribe to NextCore AI right now. Share this video with someone who still thinks AI is just a chatbot. Comment below, what do you think the merge really means?